Hey, what's up everyone? This is Gerardo from ProsperityLifeHacks.com, and today's topic is what is the fastest way to stop procrastination. So first things first, are you struggling with wasting too much time or not finding the time to do the work that you want to do, or you're not finding the right motivation to do the things that you do want to do? Does that sound familiar? Well, let's stop that today. Today, we're going to help you overcome procrastination in the most quickest way possible. First thing, again, I'm going to kind of reinstate this point, is to write down your goals. Write down a to-do list. You can make a to-do list and a goal list. Kind of separate. You can kind of make it like your to-do list, which is like you do. Let's say your goal is I want $10,000 monthly income. So maybe your to-do list would be start a business, make more sales, meet new people, something like that, or whatever kind of makes sense for you. Another thing is, subconsciously sometimes we don't want to do the things that we ought to do because we think it's too overwhelming. We think that it's more work necessary. We think that it might be too much effort. And this is what creates procrastination. So what you want to do in this case, if that's you want to break it down into small chunks. Break it down to small chunks. You either write it or you speak it to yourself. This way that you can lessen it. You make it smaller. You want to, like, if it's too much like up here, you want to bring it down to like, okay, boom, 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 boom. This way it's easy for you. Especially like if you're procrastinating it already, you want to make it smaller. This way that it's small and it seems feasible so that you can do it. Maybe you're lacking the confidence on it, or maybe it's too stressful, or maybe it's just too much work for you or something. Whatever the case may be, you want to make it smaller than what it already is. Because if you're procrastinating it, chances are it's because it's too much work or it seems too overwhelming. So you want to find ways around that. Another thing is, sometimes you subconsciously have not really made a decision to do that thing. So you want to create a decision to do that. You want to create an intent. So this means that you already want to declare it to yourself. I want to do this, whatever this is. So let's say, I don't know, grocery shopping, let's say. Say it. I want to go to the store right now. I want to go to the store right now. So let's say you want to go to the store, but you're procrastinating it because so-and-so is there and you don't want that, whatever the case may be. Or you can just put it on the table. Thank you. Alright, so I got some mashed potatoes and toast today. So back to what I was saying about procrastinating. You want to make it easier on yourself, alright? You want to declare it. You want to set the intention. This is very, very important, guys. You set the intention at the start of the day, and you'll know how to follow up from there. So I think that's kind of where people get, most of the procrastination. Now, if you are procrastinating because you are really, really overwhelmed with work, that's a different thing. That's a completely different thing. Whereas there's one procrastination where it's like indecision, whereas I want to do something but I can't. And typically that falls under you haven't made a decision, or you don't want to do it because there's too much work behind it or too much fears or something like that. Another procrastination is there's literally too much work. So you don't want to do something else on top of what you're already doing because what you're already doing is too much. So that's slightly different. Maybe you are really doing too much and you need to kind of either drop down the workload or drop down your expectations of how much you think you're supposed to be doing. See, all of this is kind of like mindset management. You manage your mindset and you take practical actions to help you accomplish that task, that goal. So a lot of times, sometimes, for example, like in sales, you see it all the time. Like these guys, these salesmen, they think they can do the sales. They get started in the sales, and you see it in them. They drop out quickly. Sales has a big dropout ratio, and it's because beginners don't really make sales in the beginning. And it's just because, you know, their expectations of themselves. And when you're a beginner, it sucks to be a beginner, guys. Yeah, I hate being a beginner. Ugh, yuck. That's why I learn as much as I can, so I don't have to kind of be a beginner or something, because it's so uncomfortable. Yeah, it is. So these salesmen, they drop out of salesmanship because, one, they're new at it. Two, maybe they suck at it. Three, the conversion rates of getting the sales, it's like probably like 120, 130. And it gets better as you get better, but it's still really low. And that's why they drop out. Seriously. So maybe lower your expectations. Maybe drop down the workload. Maybe you're doing too much work and you need to kind of trim those things down. Maybe you need to delegate some work to someone else. Maybe you need to hire someone, maybe a remote worker or a real worker. Like an example of delegating is like when I go to my haircut, when I go get my haircut, I'm delegating that work. I'm getting my haircut. I'm not doing the haircut myself. I'm delegating it to the guy that I'm hiring in that moment. Now, the funny thing is we don't see it that way, but that technically is what delegating is. It's like you're delegating something that you could do, but you give it to somebody else. And typically what happens is that you pay money for that. So anyways, I hope this was helpful to you about how to overcome procrastination. For more tips and helpful tricks like this one, please feel free to visit the resources down below. There are a few resources down below that I know that you're absolutely going to love. So be sure to check those out. And also, visit me at prosperitylife.com if you haven't already. Prosperitylife.com is to help you get all the things that you want, whatever it is that you desire. Be it making more money, be it getting more dates, becoming more confident, or anything really. It's not limited to any specific thing. That's why I love my website, because a lot of people, they're kind of so niche, and you know, it gets boring after a while when you're niche. You just talk about the same thing again. So what I've done is I've taken the structure of how to get anything that you desire, and that's what I teach. I teach the structure, the life strategies that you need to get whatever it is that you want. Visit me at prosperitylife.com. Bye bye now.